Good morning, my Abe are back. Here's the plan. We have missed 6 build days. One more than we planned, because we extended our stay by an extra day on our little mini break. So there is a ton of catching up to do. What could possibly go wrong? Here's the most striking change from when we left. The roof is starting to go on. All the frame got finished, all the trusses got painted, and now the roof team B are in. Well, they're not in yet, but I'm sure they will be in shortly. I believe that what they've done so far, they've done in 2 days. And this doesn't extend all the way around, but it does extend quite a long way, and on the main roof itself, they have actually started to put the roofing material on top, not just these edgings. I have to say, I do like the colour. Pleased we chose that. We will try and take a closer look at some of this later in the day. The swimming pool, all the coping's done, and over there, something new. No pool crew. Actually, there is a pool crew, but they're doing something else. We'll come back to that shortly. Here's the swimming pool, guys. And they're working on the floor in the spa, specifically working on where the built-in jacuzzi will be. So there's a lot of work clearly has gone on here while we've been away. A bit more backfill going on now. We'll see what else happens with this during the course of today. This is new as well, looking out of the gym. So this wall has been put in, the door frame's gone in, and it looks like Romwell's about to get working on this window frame area. I think that's going to look good. Nice big window, nice big door, like that. And they did square off all the window frames along the west side, the back of the gym, including that higher one over there. Something else new, this central wall of the dining room. So, if you've been watching for a while, you'll know that the idea here is to have 2 glass doors on either side. I think they're called pocket doors. So basically they will slide into this central wall and disappear. When we want it open, we can have it open. When we want a bit more privacy, we can close those doors and mostly block out sound from whatever raucous rabble is elsewhere in the house. When we left, they were still working on the rebar columns of this entrance area. Well, last night, or yesterday afternoon when we got back, they were pouring the top half of these columns. They did it in 2 parts. And so the forms are coming off now, and the ones that I can see on the left side, they look good. And Marvin, morning.
Good morning.
There we go. Loud Marvin is back. Well, we're back. He was probably always here. And here at the carport and storage area. This front wall, Oliver's working on now, including 2 windows. The door frame's in, I think that was there before. All of the plastering is done inside, except for at either end where the trusses are very close to the wall. I'm not sure what the plan is for that, we'll see. And it's all plastered outside, or rendered. Here's our little waterfall. It is quite small, but it doesn't need to be any bigger than that, I don't think. That's going to look really nice, I'm sure. This wall on the balcony has been extended, and they're chipping out all of it. I don't quite know what the reason for that is. I assume it has to do with the finish on that part of the wall. I'll find out from the engineer. And from this angle, you can see the gutters, and I think that's flashing. Not sure yet. I've got to check all this terminology. but those gutters now extend around quite a large area of the house. By no means complete. Apparently there are something like 10 guys on the roof crew. We don't have an exact count, but something along that area. The rest of the crew today, we are missing one of the regular crew and one of the pool stroke, well, currently spa crew. So we've got 23 of the regular crew, 3 on the pool, and about 10 for the roof. That's the biggest crew we've had on site at any one day so far. With the exception of the front of the living room, which doesn't have a wall at all yet, this is, I think, the last area downstairs to get the external plastering, the rendering going on. Upstairs, I think, all done. The only question would be where the master bedroom balcony is. I'll have to go upstairs and have a look and remind myself. One of the questions I've asked the engineer this morning to check for me is how thick is that insulation foam up on the roof. I want to be confident that it's going to do its job, both in terms of trying to keep the house cool and minimizing as much as possible the noise of rain falling on this very flattish roof with not a lot of space down to the ceilings. So we'll find out, hopefully later today, how much of that foam they're putting in.
It's early-ish afternoon, we'll start here. So, the explanation for the massive level of chipping out that was being done on this end section was nothing to do with surface finish, it was to do with failure. When they poured it, the forms didn't hold properly. Too much of the concrete leaked out, so they basically chipped it right back and rebuilt it manually. We'll start with some terminology on the roof. So at the moment, this is just gutters. And will have just seen in the drone footage, they have put a lot of the white roofing material up already on the main roof. I'm not sure if it's all of it, it might have been, I can't remember. So that's all it is so far. The insulation that they've used is 10 centimetres. Question for you guys, is that enough? I'm not convinced. I'd like to see double that, both from the point of view of doing its job as an insulator and keeping cool air in and hot air out, and also from the point of view of a sound barrier. The roof is going to be pretty close to the ceiling in most areas. I'm concerned about the sound of heavy rain on that roof. The builder is convinced 10 centimetres is enough. What do you think? Over here on the north side, we've got window finishing going on, both downstairs and up. Inside the carport, more plastering. Still haven't quite addressed the issues up at the top, where that truss is right up against the wall. How they're going to do that, I have no idea. Well, the answer's provided immediately by the engineer. It won't be plastered. The ceiling will be obviously below it, and the feeling is that top section will just stay as it is. This is the material that's being used for roofs and gutters. So it is just a steel material, some kind of anti-rust treatment on there, I believe. And it's this, you can see it's slightly ribbed. I think this particular version is called Super Rib. We still haven't figured out how many guys there are working on this roof, but there's at least 8 that I've counted, and it might be a couple more. And yes, in response to your obvious question, none of them are wearing hard hats. Back to this front entrance, so there will be a step up going into the house. The canopy that will be coming out towards us will extend 3 meters beyond the columns that are closest to us. So we'll easily be able to get a vehicle underneath and offload whatever we've got to offload. I'm going to walk in. It's almost going to feel like it will end up feeling like. A little step there, I guess, that might get built up, and that step will definitely get lowered. And we're finally getting a wall for the front of the living room. So we had a conversation with the builder this morning. There will be 2 windows here, and they'll basically match the bedroom above, the master bedroom windows, although the master bedroom on the right is a window and on the left is a door onto the balcony, but the width will be matched here, and the height will match all the other windows all the way around the ground floor. Ron Will's got most of the outside of this wall going into the gym rendered, or plastered, or bubble gummed. Oh no, we're not going to start that again. It is afternoon break time, but the roofing crew, again, keep their own hours. They're just working through. They did come in quite a bit later than the regular crew, but continuing to lay the roof down on the carport with the insulation directly beneath it. This is the front bedroom on the right as you face the house, but it's like every other room in the sense that while we've been away, electrical and plumbing work has been continuing upstairs. There's orange pipes all over the place now. It's another maze of orange. Okay, so it's a maze of orange and blue. The blue is the Ethernet cable. This is Cat 6. For those of you that haven't seen it before, which includes me, this is what the insulation material looks like when it comes in. Big long rolls. When it's in place, it looks like this, with the silver side facing down. The reason the pool crew have moved into the sauna and specifically where the jacuzzi will be is we still don't have the tiles, and still, as far as I know, no timing for when those tiles will arrive. I suppose we could go and dip our toes in this water if we wanted to. The bell's gone, 4:30, end of the day. We'll start inside the spa area where the swimming pool crew
I've been working on this jacuzzi. It looks huge. It's lovely. Well, it will be lovely. There was a quick conversation today about the window here. It'll be fully tinted, so nobody will be able to see in. So we were just wondering how high that window should be, and we're going to end up with it being a roughly 20. The bottom of the window will be roughly 20 centimeters or so above the top of the jacuzzi. This is the bathroom, the shower and toilet in the spa, and that's all been plastered today. Oliver plus assistant got quite a bit more progress with this front wall for the dining room, almost up to the height of the window. That's as far as they'll go with the concrete hollow block for now. The next little bit will be some kind of a beam across there. The roofing guys have also called it a day, so we'll see them again tomorrow. We'll try and get their estimate for when will they finish the entire roofing process. Ronwell did get the outside of this wall going from the gym to the patio. He did get that fully rendered, and he's done a lot of the inside. I think he must have had help. I didn't notice who else it was, but somebody else must have been helping him with this, because that's an awful lot done today. Well, the work day's done, but these guys from somewhere are dredging up more energy. The beauty of youth, to be able to do this after a long day working in the heat, having a bit of fun on a basketball court. That's it then. When you're filming this every day, you still see the progress, day by day. But when you go away, as we've just done, and missed 6 days, 6 build days, I've come back and I'm again blown away by the amount of progress there is with big things like the roof, almost as big things like the waterfall on the pool, but lots of little bits and pieces going on as well. Some not so immediately obvious, like more progress with wiring and plumbing. But my goodness, 6 days. Huge transformation, to me at least. Anyway, enough of my awe. We'll see you tomorrow.